It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Good Wednesday morning, Tuesday night, late, whatever you prefer. Whew, baby, I'm here for the next few hours with Paul Fletcher.
Good morning, Steve.
Ryder.
I'm on no sleep. No sleep.
That's just for you, bud. I got it on standby.
There you go, baby.
How was the big rock and roll show last night?
The big rock and roll show just ended a few minutes ago.
Okay.
And,
Excellent.
I got back, I shut my eyes, and then my alarm went off, and I think in the middle I got a couple minutes of sleep. Not quite sure. Don't really want to look back. It's all about forward momentum, baby.
All right.
I like
it's
it.
Wednesday, right? I mean, it is already Wednesday.
But are you BFF with Gene Simmons now?
I got to be honest, more than one fist bump on the night. Sure.
Yeah. There we go.
Right.
I like it.
Knuckle to knuckle, man. It was pretty strong.
How about that rhythm section, baby?
Standing, or so you say, sitting at the drum kit on stage, playing the Kiss song "Deuce,"
nice.
And on a couple different moments during that song, he wasn't moving around too much. He just walks up for a couple, but he would just do like a bit of a move, kind of look back and do like a nod of his head, and I was like, that's actually the God of Thunder right there. We're actually playing this song together.
I love it.
I'm stoked to hear more.
12-year-old me was like, oh yeah, let's get after this.
Hell yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I'm still on a bit of a high from it. But right now, that's neither here nor there because I'm feeling Minnesota. Paul Fletcher, how about some headlines?
All right. Children's Minnesota is temporarily pausing gender-affirming care. The hospital stated that this care is a life-saving treatment, but due to federal pressure, it has chosen to temporarily suspend practices starting on February 27th. Children's will still offer some gender health programs like supportive care, mental health services, and guidance.
All right.
Japan's Shimizu Corporation has proposed the Luna Ring, a massive 6,900-mile belt of solar panels that would encircle the moon's entire equator. This ambitious infrastructure program aims to beam continuous clean energy back to Earth using microwave and lasers. If successful, this lunar power plant could provide a limitless supply of carbon-free energy, potentially solving the global climate crisis.
Well, I'm going to give a point to China. I like this.
And
Japan.
if not successful, they could blow the Earth up like something from a bad movie?
Yeah, who knows?
Sounds insane to me.
Imagine if the whole thing, while being constructed, just collapses like on the moon or something. Who knows? I mean, I have no idea.
It's like the opposite of Dr. Evil, who wanted to blow up the moon with a laser. They want to make the moon better. I like this. Good job, Japan.
Okay. I tell you what, I think this has a much higher rate of success possibility than the bubble hotel living that they're talking about doing up there.
No, that was luxury hotel living, remember?
Sure.
Yeah.
My bad.
You're still in an inflatable tent.
I know, that's the joke. That's the sarcasm. Bruce Springsteen's new protest anthem, Streets of Minneapolis, debuted at number 1 on Billboard's digital song sales chart. The lyric video and official video for the track also racked up 10 million views on YouTube.
Okay, fair enough.
All of that in two days, by the way.
Oh.
Border Czar Tom Homan and the leader of the Minnesota Sheriff's Association are working on a deal that would see county jails cooperate with immigration authorities, which would result in a drawdown of federal agents locally. Sheriff's Association Executive Director James Stewart described the plan as a very workable situation. He added these discussions have centered on actions that ensure secure custody transfers, uphold the public trust, and prevent further unrest in our neighborhoods. Four-year-old Penny the Doberman Pinscher was crowned Best in Show yesterday at the 2026 Westminster Kennel Club Dog Competition, the second longest continuously held sporting event in the U.S., by the way, behind the Kentucky Derby, now in its 150th year. And because I know both of you, everybody's wondering, this is the 4th time a Doberman has been top dog.
All right.
Coda, the Chesapeake Bay Retriever, was named Reserve Best in Show, or first runner-up.
There's an old Looney Tunes cartoon, and I just remembered this. I don't remember anything about it other than they're talking about dog breeds, and it just goes, they show a dude standing there, and he goes, this is Doberman. And then it goes, this is a Doberman Pinscher. And the dog reaches over and pinches a guy named Doberman.
Right.
And when I was like 7, I was like, oh, that's good. Oh,
yeah.
that's good.
That's still good. Still good stuff.
Dobermans, by the way, to this, I mean, they and Rottweilers. Those were the scary '70s dogs,
right?
'70s TV movies. It was always a Rottweiler or a Doberman if you really wanted to get the kids all freaked out by a dog.
100%.
Oh yeah, scarring.
Mystery Science Theater 3000 would feature horrible movies with characters cracking jokes in between the dialogue. Of course, fans must have missed it because a recent Kickstarter for new episodes raised $1 million in a single day.
Oh,
what?
The Kickstarter campaign was aiming for $20,000 and raised $1 million in one day, and this would star Michael J. Nelson
instead of Joel Hodgson.
Correct.
Minnesota's own.
That's right.
The roots of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
What was it?
Man.
KTMA back in the day,
Yeah,
I think it was.
We were really on the cutting edge of TV, public access.
Hey,
yeah, we were.
Hey, listen, in the late '70s or early '80s, maybe there was HBO used to have the yearly HBO Young Comedians special, and it would be all these unknown comics would come on, and I saw Joel on HBO Young Comedians. And he was just comes out for about 10 minutes, had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
And he did a whole thing about Agent J, and he had all these bizarre little, very quirky. And, I mean, I was like, that's my favorite guy ever. And he was around. He did, like, the late-night circuit. He had a hot minute.
Okay.
And then he just disappeared. And then one day, I remember my brother goes, do you remember that guy, Agent J? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, he's got this thing, and he's watching movies and making fun of them. And I was trying to explain Mystery Science Theater. I've never been happier to see someone back on my TV. Mm-hmm. Oh, I was way into Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah.
The Olympics kick off in Italy this Friday. A new poll asked more than 9,000 Americans, how amped are you? And generally the excitement is, there are 57% do say they will watch in some capacity. I think it was 7% said they would watch every single event.
Oh, that's too much. There's a lot of friggin' events.
Yeah. Well, they planned to anyway.
Okay.
But another 30% say they just don't care. 30% say nah.
I mean, we all say that until, Snoop Dogg and Flava Flav are on the screen, and then somebody's going viral on TikTok because of food that they're serving in the Olympic cafeteria, and they did a review of a brownie or something like that. We all say that now, but just wait till the sucker kicks off.
Yeah.
You're watching like the two-man bobsled, and they tell the story of his grandmother ate her own foot when she was lost in the woods. And then you're like, I hope he wins. They suck you right in every time. It's ridiculous.
I love that freaking skeleton where they go on that tiny little sled down an ice tube face first. It's insane.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I lived in Atlanta in the 90s. They had the 96 Summer Olympics in Atlanta.
Right.
And anybody that lived through that, mixed results at best. It's a lot to do to a city to host the world like that.
For sure.
But the worst part of it was there was the downtown connector where I-75 and I-85 merge and go right through downtown Atlanta. Mm-hmm. It's like 12 lanes of traffic going north, 12 going south. It's just congested. It's always been like an incredibly choked down 500 times more cars than there should ever be in one place in the world. And 2.5, 3 years before the Olympics started, one day on one of the overpasses, they put up the Olympic countdown clock, and it said 1,000 days to the Olympics. And every day, this giant clock ticked down one day.
Oh, boy.
And I was traveling a lot, and every time I'd get back to town, I'd be like, man, it was at 9:20. Now it's at 8:40. And I would just see it, and I would notice over 1,000 days. Jeez. But one day it hit me, oh, my God, what about the people who go to work 5 days a week and sit in traffic, and they're just watching their life tick away one day at a time?
Yeah.
Because it's bumper-to-bumper traffic for like an hour. And I was like, man, that's really just rubbing it in your face, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so.
It's been 409 days, and I'm still driving to work like a drone. Oh, man. Brutal.
You would think that a New Englander would know all there is to know about snow removal, but then along comes this dude with a blowtorch.
Homeowner was using a blowtorch to melt the ice.
He gets down, and then we see the flames like in just the gutter, and then they started coming from like the back. The whole roof was consumed.
We pulled the gutter off that side of the building, thinking it was going to be light fire, and the whole attic was fully involved. Just get a professional company to take care of your ice dams. I mean, don't get hurt.
Yeah, maybe not.
Blowtorch on the roof.
Yeah, okay.
Man.
Apparently he had more than a foot of snow on the roof. But I'm not sure well, clearly this is not the way to go about taking care of it.
On the list of ways not to get the snow off your roof, this is right there at the top.
Yeah. On the bright side, he did get all the snow off the roof.
All right.
Okay, well,
there you go.
Sounds like he got the roof off the roof too. Man.
Unreal. Unbelievable.
The Minnesota Wild are in Nashville tonight. One of 3 teams in the league with 76 points. Those 3 teams are all 5 back of Colorado right now.
Yeah.
So enjoy tonight's game if you get a chance, because the next one ain't until February 26th.
Wow, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, 3 weeks plus. Good Lord, Olympics. Thanks. Let's see. Speaking of the Olympics, Lindsey Vonn, who on Friday wiped out in Switzerland, had a presser yesterday, right as we were wrapping things up around here. Yesterday, she talked about the fact that she does plan to compete, and then, of course, reminded us all of what she's already been through.
I completely ruptured my ACL. I also have bone bruising plus meniscal damage, which we're not sure if that was pre-existing or from the crash. I know what my chances were before the crash, and I know my chances aren't the same as it stands today, but I know there's still a chance. And as long as there's a chance, I will try.
Very stubborn Midwestern energy right there.
I'm
going to do it.
Those are the telltale signs of a badass.
She's not like your average bear right there. Like, I'm sorry, my ACL's ruptured? Oh, it's just ruptured? Okay, let's go. Let's go down a hill at 70 miles an hour on a ruptured ACL. Let's have fun.
Rub some dirt on it.
Wired differently.
Tonight, the Minnesota Timberwolves will take on the Toronto Raptors. Yesterday, they sent Mike Conley to the Chicago Bulls as part of a 3-team trade. Jaden Ivey heads to Chicago from Detroit. Kevin Huerter and Dario Saric head to the Pistons. What does this mean? Well, not that much. Conley was not really a key part of what the Wolves have been up to this season, but they're removing some dead weight, from, if you will, from the salary cap. The luxury tax bill went down from $24 million to just over $3.8. There's a whole salary cap, different windows of the cap. This was just hey, let's just prepare to make a much bigger move before tomorrow's NBA trade deadline. They are still very much in the Giannis phone conversations with Milwaukee, and I imagine this was either way, whether we get Giannis or not, this was just the beginning of trying to make some long-term moves and bring in some new blood. Mike Conley, good man, at his age, 38 years old.
Yeah.
As long as you can keep going, keep going.
Yeah.
But it's time for some young blood around here. Let's see what we got. Oak Park Heights. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Oak Park Heights.
Cozy over by the St. Croix River. Oak Park Heights.
Glad to have you with us.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
It's not every day that an unknown musician just rocks right to the top of the TikTok charts, as they say. And it's absolutely not every day that a 90-year-old does that. But a piano player from Canada, 90-year-old Cedric Landers, he's what the kids call rad. His daughter has started a new account because, she's like, hey, my old man, he's a hell of a piano player. And suddenly all the kids can't get enough of this guy.
I can't believe it. Not many people were listening to the radio. Well, not a radio, but that's what I call it.
I think it brings back a lot of memories.
The people are out there listening for something. Apparently sounds good to them, I guess.
Nice.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I love the idea that, by the way, he's 90, so it's not like his daughter's a college kid.
No.
She's like,
right.
Hey, my dad likes to play. He's been doing it for years. Let's just put a little bit of this up online and see what happens. Dude's an absolute, he's got a monster following now. He's a big hit on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere he looks. Cedric Landers for the win.
I like that we're the default for any type of audio listening.
I can't believe it. Not many people were listening to the radio. Well, not a radio, but that's what I call it.
It's us.
Yeah.
That's the radio. There we are.
100%.
Boom.
That's it.
He
Come
said
on,
he's been listening since he was a kid. His mom used to have to chase him up to bed because he just wanted to sit and listen to the radio way back in the day when they didn't even have TVs. That's all he wanted to do. Guys, his accounts are over 10,000 followers. It's pretty impressive.
Damn.
Listen, it's never too late, to chase that dream. He did have that 79-year end around where he just dealt with life. But man, come on, man. The best time to start a career 79 years ago. The second best time today.
Right now.
That's
right.
The
old Zen saying? Yeah, something like that. The old line, if a tree falls in the forest and no one hears it, does it actually make any sound?
Right.
If a band records a badass record and no one ever buys it, was the band actually badass? I guess that's the musical equivalent.
Yeah.
I could be accused of pushing things a little bit too far to the realm of the unbelievable, but check this out. A music promoter in Canada, a guy named Marcus Pollard, about 10 years ago, was in a thrift store, and he came across an old album, a vinyl album, an LP, that had no label on it. He's like, I wonder what this is. Hey, it's $4. Why not? Let's just see what I come up with. And he started listening to it, and he was like, well, this is really cool. I have no idea what I'm listening to. He sent him on a bit of a scavenger hunt, if you will, a mystery. He had to figure out, what am I listening to? I kind of dig this. So for everybody who loves to just, dig around in thrift stores and see if you're going to find something unexpected and something really cool, this is for you. Here's Marcus Pollard. He did find out what he was listening to, tracked down the artist, and was able to connect with a band who recorded some music in the late 60s, and none of them had heard any of it since.
Every time I go, there might be something cool on that, and there never is. Yeah. And it instantly hit me like a brick. This guy goes, that's my record. It was exciting.
When I was 18 years old. I'm 77 now.
I wanted them to feel that what they created was actually important.
Oh, man, the crate diggers. You gotta love them.
I love that.
No kidding. So Marcus found a guy named Norm Roth. Norm and his band, The Glass Cage.
That's a good name for a band.
British Columbia. Yeah, it's a very good name for a band. Out on the west coast of Canada, recorded their demos, released a record, or recorded demos and acetate for release, hopefully one day, in the late 60s. Nothing ever happened. The guy you just heard, Norm Roth, has not heard any of this music in over 50 years.
Wow.
Can you imagine? Then he gets a call, hey, does this sound familiar? And something he recorded 50 years ago. He's like, oh my God, that's fantastic.
100% it is. And you know what? They're doing pre-orders. They're actually releasing this thing.
As well they should. It sounds, it's very psychedelic West Coast pop sounding music.
Yeah.
There is a song called Where Did the Sunshine Go? I'm sorry, that's the album. Where Did the Sunshine Go? And the first single, I Think I Love You. You can go, it's online. You can check it out. It's pretty cool, man.
That checks out.
We talked about this website a couple of weeks ago in headlines, Bandcamp.
Yeah.
That's where this is being released. They're doing pre-orders now, and you can listen to I Think I Love You there right now. So crazy.
This is what I want to see. I want to see a bunch of guys in their late 70s get the band back together.
Yes. And tour in a bus, like back in the day.
No, I'd say they probably they could just go, sit on a bus and have it drive them around for a little bit and look at the sights.
Put them on the Greyhound bus with the instruments.
I think
probably all they got up their sleeve at this point. But hey, whatever they can do, I think it's really cool.
I have to imagine AARP has a bus for them.
There's got to be one somewhere. Can you imagine, though? Anything you worked on that long ago, not even a record's one thing, but just, hell, if I saw like a card I sent a friend 50 years ago, or if I heard like a cassette tape of just me talking at the age of, 50 years ago, I'd be like, hang on, let me listen to that again.
Sure.
Man, to put on music you made with your friends and haven't heard in that long, that is so cool. I love when I see a photo. Not just like a photo from childhood that I've never seen before. This is that times like a billion.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like if somebody found the photo of, I think it's you and Angus and Malcolm Young, where you look ginormous, and I know you're on the hunt for it, and nobody has seen it.
It's a 30-year plus search, man. That's my holy grail. Me and the two smallest men in rock history. Boy, someone out there's got it.
I will start looking through boxes at thrift stores for you. It's got to be out there.
Either one of you guys, at any point in your life, have you spent a lot of time in thrift stores? Do you dig in and go through the crates looking for something cool? Fletcher, thrift store history, or is it something you've not really spent much time with?
It became a thing that we did as a family. We would go to all the cool, old main streets that we have throughout the Twin Cities, and we would scavenge. The Buffalo Nickel is our favorite in Buffalo. We go there quite often. I have yet to find. There's been plenty of. Actually. There is one. It's not worth a crap, but I've got an old teddy bear with a North Stars jersey on it, and it said Broughton on the back. And Neil Broughton is my guy. My dad is from Roseau. Neil Broughton's from Roseau. I grew up playing hockey. He's my guy. So I bought that. It sits next to my bed. But there have been lots of, I see lots of Twins World Series stuff at these vintage stores.
Yeah.
And lots of other cool stuff, but I haven't found any holy grails just yet.
Got it. Ryder, anything you got sitting on?
When I was a kid, I loved going to thrift stores and buying all the crap, and then my dad would be like, you don't need that junk, kiddo. And it turns out he was right. I don't need that junk.
He was right, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, you don't need it, but it was so cheap.
I know. The last cool find we had from a thrift store, Mr. Ryder and I, it looks like a skull, and then it has about 8 knives sticking out like they're the legs of a spider, a little sculpture. I'll get him to send a picture or something like that. But he's right. It is freaking cool. So I let him find the cool stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I had a pretty good turnaround. I found a shirt. I used to do a lot of thrift store shopping for my wardrobe, if you will, the clothes. As a young local musician, RE unemployable at all turns. The $50, 50-cent, I should say, work shirt was a big staple of my wardrobe.
Yeah. And then they got trendy, and now they charge $50.
I know it was, but back in the salad days, man, before they were trendy.
Yeah.
I had a great Stroh's Brewery shirt, like a work shirt that
very cool.
With the patch on the chest and on the back, the huge patch that said Stroh's, and I think it said Mike on the chest, like that was the guy's name. And I got into a bit of a shoving match outside a gig. A band had played, and a bunch of drunk dudes all standing around. Somebody was mouthing off, and it almost went off like a big brawl.
Yeah.
And I had to. I kind of put the kibosh on it. I got this guy not in the full classic chokehold, but I shut him down pretty much.
Nice
and as
work.
I let him go, I was like, "You gonna be cool? You gonna be cool?" And he goes, "Let me go." And he turned around to walk away from me, and his parting shot goes, "You probably worked for Stroh's Beer."
Wow.
Like, you probably actually worked for Stroh's was his insult.
Wow.
And I said, that's all you got? Like,
Yeah.
come on,
That's
man.
your chirp,
I should
huh?
have choked him out when I had him.
Yes, I do. Try not to be jealous.
Talking about thrift store finds. A gentleman in Canada found an unlabeled album. Turned out to be demos that a band cut over 50 years ago, 60 years ago, in the late 60s almost, and tracked down a member of the band who heard this music for the first time in 50 years. That's a bit of a gold nugget to just come crawling back into your life. Your high school band's demo.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. What have you found of note at a thrift store? 651-989-ROCK, the Luther Westside Volkswagen Talk and Text line, Paul.
My mom, this is from Al. He says, my mom bought a purse and she started putting all of her stuff in there. And while doing that, she noticed there was over $100 in the side pocket.
Nice.
Okay, now see that? I like that.
Yeah.
Yes,
The immediate turnaround.
The ultimate find.
Yeah,
Cash
absolutely.
is king.
That's pretty good. I had I told you I was wearing a work shirt, a Stroh's shirt. I had another shirt years later I found similarly, just a work, it looks something a mechanic would wear, a working man. But instead of the name on the chest, in English, it was just Japanese script.
Okay.
And, excuse me, I never knew what it said. I just wore it. It fit right. I liked it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I had been wearing it on tour an awful lot. Just it was my walking around, a couple days a week shirt. And I was in Vancouver at a sushi joint, and the sushi chef, we were sitting at the bar, and my buddy goes, "Hey, do you speak Japanese? What's his shirt say?" Because we had no idea what it said.
Right.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "That's actually Chinese, not Japanese. But hang on, I know this guy reads Chinese." Called over one of the other employees, and the guy looked at my shirt and goes, "That's a man's name, Steve."
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
The shirt said Steve?
Yeah, that's what he said. And I was like such a shot in the dark. We just.
Do you still have the
pretty
shirt?
great.
Is there
this
any
is 25 years ago.
Is there any way he could have known your name was Steve? Like, had you given a credit card or something like? No.
Nope.
No. Wow.
Damn.
We'd just been sitting there for 5 minutes. It was a great moment.
It was
a woman in California. Here's a great thrift store find. She found an old Scream mask at Goodwill from the movie Scream.
Okay.
Turned out it wasn't just a Scream mask. It was like the kind of mask, one of the ones they actually used back in the day, the ghost face mask. Here she is talking about it.
I put it on an eBay auction starting at 99 cents because A, I don't know about these things, and B, I'm not here to price gouge. And within 30 minutes, it went from 99 cents to $405.
Oh.
And then the day after that, $540.
Wow.
And a few days after that, $560. And then with an hour left of auction, it jumped to $700.
Wow.
And the winning bid was $780.
Duh. Winning.
Some are saying that you're bipolar.
I'm by winning.
Nice.
That lady was by
that's
winning.
What they call a strong and healthy return on investment.
Uh-huh.
Right there. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. The Breaking Bad house in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The house where they shot all the exterior scenes. Walter White. You saw him in the driveway a lot. There was a pizza on the roof once upon a time.
Boy.
Yeah, there was.
A lot of stuffed, a little stuffed bear in the backyard pool. You know, all these things from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
The house hit the market last year. I have actually seen this house in person.
It's in like a real neighborhood, right?
It's very much in a real neighborhood.
Okay.
If there weren't a chain link fence around the property and people sitting in the front yard yelling at all the gawkers driving by, you'd never know what it was. It's completely nondescript. You have to be looking for it to find it. It's not like you pull up to the Munsters house and you're like, oh my God, that's the Munsters house. No, it's just one of many houses that looks exactly like that. It hit the market last year for $4 million.
Oh.
It's on a postage stamp sized lot, just like every other house in the neighborhood. $4 million. The owner had been convinced apparently that somebody could buy it and turn it into a national tourist attraction as opposed to what it is now, which is a house that every day a few dozen people drive by out of curiosity as they're passing through Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And it really annoys the entire neighborhood because they're like, this used to be a quiet neighborhood.
Sure.
Somebody finally got a hold of the seller and said, hey, this whole thing where you're going to sell it for $4 million and turn it into a tourist attraction / Walter White Breaking Bad Museum, yeah, that's against zoning laws. That's not going to happen.
Right.
So they reduced the price from $4 million
like 2.5
to $400,000.
What? That sounds like market value.
Okay, just like every other house in this neighborhood is probably worth about that much.
You know what? I think every other house is probably worth about $3 million, and they're still hoping to get an extra $100,000 for the Walter White aspect of this. It was like when I saw that price after having seen it myself, I was like, okay. Just so you know, there's always someone crazier than the craziest person you've ever met. And the Breaking Bad house owner fit the bill for this one.
Yeah.
But of course, it then bears the thought: what TV house would you want to live in? What TV house was a part of your childhood? The first one that comes to mind for me, it's standard for someone of my age. It's almost like the ultimate no-brainer. And make no mistake. One of my earliest trips to Los Angeles, I sought this bad boy out, and I stood right outside in front of the Brady Bunch home.
Of course.
It's like it was my second childhood home as far as I knew.
Yeah, you got to do it.
Every day after school, not one, but at least 2 episodes of the Brady Bunch would be playing at different times. And I was watching that show obsessively, as did every other person born in 1965 in the 70s in syndication. So I just thought, that's probably the one for me. Think about it. 651-989-ROCK. What's your TV house you would want to get a piece of if you could? Fletcher, what comes to mind first?
The very first one that came to mind for me was the 4-bedroom, 3-bath luxury penthouse on Park Ave in New York of Mr. Drummond.
Oh, sure.
I mean, this is where Arnold and Willis learned all of their life lessons. There's a spiral staircase. There's a room with a spa. It's not a bathroom. It's just a room with a spa in it. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Very fancy.
It's pretty great. And back at a time when a limousine was a real big deal.
Oh, he arrived in a limousine every day? Yeah, I looked it up. It was $3,500 a month back then. Equates to $19,000 a month now to lease because you can't buy it, apparently.
Fair enough. Ryder, what TV or movie house, what would you take?
It is all about location, and something that I think I could manage. We are going to Miami, Florida, and we are living in the Golden Girls house.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Sure.
A little great outdoor patio, but I think we're just talking about like 3 bedrooms. There is always cheesecake in the freezer. How could you go wrong?
You can't. The answer is simple. You can't go wrong.
No.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
Yes.
You know, I mentioned the Brady Bunch house. That was the first one I thought of, but right on its hot heels. I mean, sure. You know, Mike Brady, I mean, the man's an architect. He designed it himself. It's solid as Sears.
Right.
But another Southern Cal location, you got to go over to Pasadena, but the original Stately Wayne Manor from the Batman TV series. Oh, yeah. I was hot on that one. That would be 380 South San Rafael Avenue in Pasadena, California.
Of course.
Still there, and in fact, sold just last summer for $20 million.
Wow.
This is a legit mansion, though, not just some starter home in Tucson, in Albuquerque.
Yeah, man. Hey, when I was in college, my first band was called Alfred and the Stately Wayne Manors.
Oh, I love it.
That's a true story.
That's great.
Nice.
That's how that works, man. That's good stuff. Plenty of other thoughts coming in on the talk and text line from our friends at Luther Westside Volkswagen. Fletcher, give me a couple.
All right. One that actually was my second thought that I had. 651 number says, standing in the front yard of the Goonies house in Astoria, Oregon was a high point for me.
Yeah, they tell you, like, if you go to Astoria, I've been, they're like, don't gawk at the house. The people get real irritated.
This one's actually set up for it. People bought it, and they've restored it back to look like the movies. They've got a map on their website where you can park there, and then they want you to walk to the house. It's all pretty outstanding. But, I mean, it's like it overlooks the coast, Victorian style. It's
Really? I was just there. I think it was 2023, so not that long ago.
That's
and all the locals were like, don't gawk at the house. Don't take pictures of the house.
That's actually when it was bought by the people that own it now. So hopefully things have changed. I looked into it a bit because it was the second one that popped into my head after the different strokes, and the 651 number agreed.
The new owners are known throughout the Astoria area as our least favorite neighbors.
They've got it a little more organized now. Hopefully, they're quelling the annoyance.
My son and I were on a cross-country road trip a couple years ago, Connell and I, and we went through Albuquerque, and we got up in the morning, and he goes, hey, let's go see the Breaking Bad house. And I was like, okay, do you know where it is? He goes, yeah, I looked it up. And we drove by, and it's just a neighborhood like any other, very small lot. And as we approached, there's a chain link fence around the front yard. And in the front yard, there were 2 big chairs and 2 women in those chairs. And they were yelling at all passersby.
Wow.
Keep driving. Leave us alone.
Sure.
And I was like, if you took the fence down and didn't have signs that say no trespassing all over, most people would probably not realize it. Just paint it a different color and get on with your life.
Right.
Yeah, take the pizza off the roof.
On the Luther Westside Volkswagen talking text line, Paul Fletcher, a lot of homes that people got their eyes on.
Mike's got a really good one. Said not from a TV show, but a landmark nonetheless. Has anyone mentioned the Stinson House in Minneapolis? I like that.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one.
Fair enough.
It's a solid suggestion. 763 number said Gilligan's Island.
I had that thought. Like, okay. I mean, I'd want
the boat. Are you living on the boat?
Well, that's the thing. I would want a few more amenities, but a tropical location like that, you got your own lagoon. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Last one, Big Lake Nate says 2.5 Men. The Malibu house, Charlie's Malibu house would be bomb also.
Oh man, overlooking the ocean. Yeah, I feel that.
So many good spots.
Mm-hmm.
Let's. Why don't we have ourselves a good old fashioned bargument? What do you say?
Sure.
All right.
Anybody got any ideas what you want to bargue about? I'm thinking, in light of recent events, I'm thinking about, just playing through.
Yes.
You have a late night. Do you just power through, or do you go down for 20, 40, maybe 60 minutes of sleep? What's the better option when you have very few options? I'm living proof that you can make this happen if you just commit. Shoulder to the wheel. We're going to have ourselves a argument in about 5 minutes and 2 songs.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. I mentioned a couple times I had a gig last night in L.A. So where I am currently at 6:30 in the morning, which means I was still out 6 hours ago.
Okay, so what was the timeline? Like, set started, I think you told me 9:30, so 11:30 Central Time.
Yeah, which that in itself was like, come on, seriously? What are we doing? What are we doing? So 9:30 Pacific, we hit the stage.
Yeah.
And then when you have, people jumping on and off stage in between songs, you look at the set and you're like, okay, it's a 12, 13 song set, but several minutes in between certain songs.
Ooh.
And then, of course, guitar solos tend to go on for a while. The end of the night, we played Night Prowler.
Yeah.
And we had, I think, 6 guitarists on stage.
Holy smokes.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it went
awesome.
on for a while.
Yes.
So you're just drumming in circles at that point, right?
Pretty much. That's how that works. At one point, I did, after the show, where everyone's standing around talking about, you were great, you were great, you were great, you were great. We had fun, high five.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm like, hey, it's 12:30. I probably need to get on with my day since I have to be on air at 4, and I still got a long drive back to. And
oh damn!
About 1 a.m. I had the thought. So I got to get up at 3.
Yeah.
What do? Do I play through? Do I just keep a club in my hand and keep swinging, or do I lay down? Spoiler alert: I made the choice to catch a few Z's.
Okay.
So I fell right to sleep, and then between 1 and 3. Sat up and looked at my phone about 31 times.
Yeah, because you were panicked about oversleeping.
Sure. Yeah.
For
It's
sure.
just one of those. And I would fall asleep. I'd go right out. And then, what? So I did get some sleep. But the question that it does bring up, it always begs, do you play through or do you just try to get a couple of winks? I can't tell the difference right now. I'm just running on pure adrenaline and fear. But shortly after I check out of today's show, I'll be sound out. Make no mistake about it. Ryder, do you play through? If you only got 2 hours, let's say you got 2 hours max. Right now, I don't want to know about right now, but was there a time in your life when it was just a no-brainer, make more coffee and keep on?
Listen, here's the one time that I tried to power through and do a job after I was out way too late. I went and saw this band. They're called Melt Banana, and they were actually booked by Mr. Ryder, and this was decades ago. And it was one of the very first times that we hung out together. And I had to be at work at like 4:30 in the morning to start doing a show at 5. And by the time it was like 3:30 and we're hanging out with the band and stuff like that, I'm like, it looks like I am not getting any sleep tonight. Went in, did the show. Was the very first time that I ever, and I think the last time that I ever dropped a swear word on the radio.
There you go.
Over the lack of sleep. Luckily, my partner had the dump button ready to go, but I can't afford the $275,000 FCC fine. So even if it's just 20 minutes, get that reset in, get those Z's.
All right, Fletcher, where do you stand on this?
You know what? I've always been a terrible napper, and I have to imagine that applies to sleeping overnight as well. I know they say like 20 minutes or 90 minutes is like a full sleep cycle or whatever. I wake up, if I don't get like my 6, 7, 8 hours, I'm garbage. And so I would absolutely power through because you know what? I start to focus when the edges start to blur a little bit, and you start seeing funny colors. That's when you have to really dial it in and focus.
Sure.
And pay attention. And so I think I'm better when I just don't sleep at all.
All right, fair enough. 651-989-ROCK, your Luther Westside Volkswagen talking text line. Let us know, do you power through or do you shudder down for just a few winks? I did not play through. I did lay down. I did not sleep much, but I got just enough. I think it hit the reset button a few times. There was a time in my life when I would I'll play right through this. And I have done that on occasion, and I always regretted it deeply.
Is there one that sticks out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
On the road, 1996 in Florida. out on tour. We were going to go, we had a day off on the Gulf Shore, and we were going to go deep sea fishing first thing in the morning.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then the night before turned into hey, we're really having a good time. And it's like 4:30 a.m. and we're getting on a boat at 6 a.m. And I'm like, well, it's too late to do anything about it now. Let's have another martini or whatever it was. Played right through, got on a boat, and went miles deep into the Gulf on a boat, which as long as the boat was moving at a rapid speed, felt awesome.
Right.
And the minute it stopped and dropped anchor, first and only time I ever experienced true seasickness.
Yeah,
let me tell you.
I bet.
I gave it a thought. I thought, if I just fall overboard and just sink to the bottom, I'll feel better than I do right now. Did not do that.
Ouch.
But it was about 6 hours because I wasn't going to ask them to turn around and drive me an hour back to shore.
Right.
Nah, just nothing you can do. Just really, really, really hungover, if not still drunk and seasick. No way to go through life.
That's why ice fishing wins, because you're not getting the seasickness on a frozen lake, buddy.
There it is.
And if you
Bing, bang, boom.
And if you do decide you need to float, go to the bottom, it's going to be much quicker in super cold water.
That's very true. Okay, here's today's last word. Every now and again, someone will come up to you and go, hey, man, if you had a time machine, you could go back to any year, today, and any time in history. Fill in the blank. And, you think to yourself, well, I would have asked that cheerleader to prom.
Okay.
Or, I'll go back and I'll work harder in the sport of my choosing. Or, I'll say yes when that older cousin offered me that joint on the way to the state fair. Whatever.
Yes.
You may say, you know what, I'd go back to 2007 on this day and go to Miami and watch the Prince halftime show. Which was on this day in 2007. But me, I'd go back a few more years. I'd go back 22 years to 2004. And I would walk into a dorm room at Harvard University, and I would introduce myself to a zit-faced geek named Mark. And I'd say, hey, buddy, trust me, I'm doing humanity a favor. And I would unplug his computer, and I'd put the fear of God in him that if he ever logged onto the internet again, he would face my wrath, because it was this day in 2004, Mark Zuckerberg from a dorm room launched what he called the Facebook.
All his retribution.
Very shortly thereafter, we all knew way too much about what our uncles and our cousins and that weird neighbor up the street all thought about everything, and society is never going to recover. Thanks, Mark.
And all retribution for some girl that wronged him.
Some girl, every girl.
Well, that's true.
Tomorrow on the show, Greg Coleman's going to join us. He's at Acme starting tonight.
Nice.
He's a very funny gentleman. Got a lot of music coming up right now, and then afterwards, Fletcher, what's going on with your midday show?
Opportunities for those flyaways. Got Bonnaroo and Guns N' Roses commercial free just after 11:45, and I haven't even thought about the music yet, so I'll get to work on that.
Right on. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Keep it right here.
Fly safe.
What are you saying to me, Ryder?
I'm stoked you're going to be in the correct time zone tomorrow, man. I'm real excited for that.
Get some sleep, fly safe.
Gonna be a nap in between the two, for sure. Keep it right here on Minnesota's 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live, or catch the Gorman in the morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.